Hey guys, so we filmed this learning game of 40K. I know we got a lot of rules wrong. Command points are the wrong value. A bunch of the little text is kind of wrong, but this gives you an idea of what I'm looking to do. I'm still trying to find some graphic designers and things like that to help me out with our campaign. So as you can see here, we got plenty of models, plenty of armies. So I'm just kind of recapturing my childhood. I used to play 40K when I was a lot younger, and I think it was like 2nd edition, 3rd edition. So I'm very excited about it. This is our first game. It's our learning game. We get so many rules wrong. So, I mean, don't even bother because we know what we got wrong already. But I wanted to put some special effects on it and stuff and you know, just kind of put it together and throw it up on the channel to give you guys an idea of what it would be like, you know, for future battle reports. So it's going to look kind of different, and we're going to upgrade it once I, you know, get the style all done. But I just wanted to, you know, show you guys what I got so far, and thank, you know, GameMats.eu for sending the awesome game mat and some of this pre-painted terrain. They are freaking awesome. There's a discount down there if you're looking to get your own pre-painted terrain. And just thank Games Workshop as well for sending us some codexes to, you know, try out 9th edition. So thank you to Games Workshop. So there's going to be more battle reports towards the end of the year. We're going to have like a Christmas battle with a Nightmare Before Christmas Nurgle army. And then we're going to get into some serious production, you know, like the campaign in 2021. So I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, give us plenty of feedback on what we can do and what we can change. And, you know, all these cool ass models and armies that we got coming up for you guys. Hopefully you can see that. I'm filming this on my cell phone. And there's Joe's Space Marines. Very excited. All right, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video. Check it out. Welcome to the Angry Army Battle Reports. On this first test episode, we will be entering a new galaxy, the Invictus Sector. This is a placeholder map only. We will be commissioning our own future sector of the galaxy, complete with many different planets to battle over in the campaign. This week, it's Dreadthal, a planet owned currently by the Imperium, with a small detachment of Imperial Guard defending the precious resources of the planet. For the army, we have a tank commander, a vanquisher, Layman Russ. In the fast attack column, a Hellhounded with Inferno Cannon. 3 different Imperial Guard 10-man infantry squads. And finally, they are led by the Lord Commissar Jonas Vagaris, otherwise known as Dead Meat. This is just a placeholder, but in the future we will have more information about the armies here. And now for their opponents. It is the Tyranids, led by a Hive Tyrant, Monster, and Psyker. With 1 unit of 6 Gene Stealers. Three Carnifex monstrous creatures are something to definitely be scared and avoid. Here is the army information. This is just a placeholder. In the future, we'll have more. Hey, welcome to our very first test stream for Warhammer 40K 9th edition. As you can see, we have a very fancy setup that I have been working on for the past several weeks with multiple cameras, multiple views for you guys, and hopefully you will enjoy it very much. This is our first test game. I have not played Warhammer 40K since 2nd edition, 3rd edition, maybe a tiny 4th, like some 10, 15 years. Alex hasn't played in 10 years. Joe hasn't played at all. So this is going to be Joe's first time once we jump in here.
We've printed out plenty of cheat sheets, as you can see here. Helpful cheat sheets from the community. We've also got the data cards that kind of help us with the rules for our units, but very much expect for us to get a lot of rules wrong, okay? If you'd like in the comments to put down below what we got wrong, we'll take a look at it, and that way we can improve the quality of these games in the future for you guys. So this is a test, okay? These aren't our main armies. We kind of just threw together an army list. We made it 1,000 points. We're doing an incursion, which is that kind of combat, you know, it's the level that you fight on the battlefield for 1,000 points. That means that our battlefield is relatively small here. You can see an overhead view. We've got 30 inches this way, and we've got 44 inches this way. And this is going to be the Imperial Guard. I don't have any flavor text written for these Imperial Guard. We will call them Joe's Roughnecks. Well, no, we'll call... Yeah, Joe's Roughnecks. Oh my God. We got some. And then we have Alex's Tyranids, or Tyranids. 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 That's what I used to call them when I was like 15 years old. Tyranids. All right, so if you notice here, Alex, go ahead and tell us what's in your list here.
I don't know.
So he's got 3 Carnifexes right here. He's got a Hive Tyrant.
Yeah, and I got some Gene Stealers.
And he's got some Gene Stealers, and that is represented
like
by these what? What are those called?
Infestation tokens, I believe.
Infestation tokens. Okay.
Yeah. Infestation nodes.
So you don't really know exactly where these Gene Stealers are. So that's kind of interesting. Gives you a little bit of that Aliens James Cameron flavor with these blips on the radar. Are they really on my left flank, or are they on my right flank? We don't know. We'll have to figure it out. The mission we've chosen today is just the standard open war mission. And victory points will go as follows. 1 victory point for destroying the Warlord. My Warlord is this tank commander over here. Alex's Warlord is obviously his Hive Tyrant. And you also get some victory points for holding the objectives. Now, the objectives that you can hold are over here. I've got 1 objective right there. Now, as far as I understood the rules, we can, so as long as you're within 6 inches away from any board edge, you can place a objective point there. And yeah, so it's like create the battlefield, making sure that I've done that right. And we alternate placing objectives. So I placed 1 objective there, 1 objective there. Alex did an alternating thing as well. He placed 1 there, and I don't know where his other objective is. You son of a bitch. All right, so it's hiding back there. Okay, OJ is gonna watch and learn on this first one. And maybe he will give his blessing to 1 force. Joe, who would you like to give your blessing to? OJ's Roughnecks or Alex's Tyranids? Okay, he's gonna see it at halftime. All right, well, let's get this underway. So I'm gonna refer to my cheat sheet here. The coveted blessing of other Joe. We have some amazing, we have some cool branded dice. As you can see here, this has our Angry Army logo on that. I'm working on custom dice of all varieties, so more on that soon. These aren't available yet, but I hope to have them available. I also have 2 different varieties here as well with our AJ shield. Very cool. All right, Alex, here you go. This is roll off for initiative. The all-important who goes first. I rolled a 6. Alex has got a 3. So I will choose to go first. I think they're fighting Necrons, honestly.
You see, that's cool right there for the Necrons, like charging up.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to move them up to this little cover.
If
Then I'm
my
gonna move
fart
these
sounded
guys.
like that, I would fart all the time. Just saying. It sounded cool, like you're charging up.
Hell yeah.
So what is that, a laser? I farted.
Well, that is the coolest fart sound I've ever heard.
You're welcome. Let me do it again.
So it would be cool if I got some movement trays for the Imperial Guard, since they really just kind of move together and they try to stay in squad coherence.
Let's go to Hobby Lobby.
And since his movement is 12, he can go right there, probably right about here. And let's see if that's enough. 16. No, it's not going to be enough.
What do you have to measure from
He
the
can
center?
he can do the middle one.
Do you measure from the center or what?
No, it's for vehicles. It's going to be the edge of the hull.
Okay.
So he can hit the middle one. I measured before, 24 inches. They were all going to try to shoot that middle Carnifex. Let me grab my dice. So these guys are using las guns. And las guns is just one attack for each. Okay, so weak sauce las guns into that Carnifex. This unit firing. Hey, that's a damn good roll. 4 pluses, so I only missed with 1 shot. No 6s. So, no damage to that Carnifex. Okay, let's do something that can do some damage to that.
Yeah, bring
Let's-
out the big guns.
My big gun right here. Vanquisher. Vanquisher cannon can see him and hit him.
Can you? Oh, there.
First is our weapon skill. Well, Joe, let's make sure that we pick the right tank order. We're going to do pound them to dust. And we're going to roll 1 dice for a ballistic skill of 3+. 3+. Now we move on to the wound roll. So the wound roll, my strength is a 10, or my strength is an 8 versus your toughness of 7, which means that I hit you on a 3+. So I could have failed to wound, and I didn't take that into account. See? God damn it, I failed to wound. So that first shot is a fail to wound. But we're gonna roll that command point. Since we went backwards, that command point that was 6 to 5, we're gonna use that now since we're redoing the whole thing. Nope. All right. So we miss on that one. Oh, that was a 1. But you can't re-roll a re-roll. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Vanquisher failed to hit the Carnifex this time around, but that was his first shot. Let's go ahead and fire the second shot, which is a 3, and then he wounds on a 3. That's a 6. And so then we go to the 2 dice for damage and take the remove the lowest result. So it's a 3, so 3 damage.
Okay.
So it's down to 5 like it was before. So we have fully we have fully completed one thing. Now we're going to use the Hellhound and put it into that Carnifex as well. The Hellhound firing at the middle Carnifex. 4, miss. So what's your armor?
4. So I hit
So
5
it goes
pluses.
up to 5s, yeah.
So if I roll 4, right, because there was 4 shots to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you blocked 3 of them, and 1 of them comes through.
Okay.
I think we did that right. Okay, not good rolling from me, unfortunately.
Carnifex is at 4 armor, but he had a armor piercing 1, so it goes up to 5. I think what we're doing right.
Yeah. That's really all I can fire. So a very, very ineffective first round of shooting from the Imperial Guard. So then we go on to the charge phase. Well, I'm not going to charge anything. Then we go on to the fight phase. Well, nothing's in fight. And we go on to the morale phase, but nothing took any morale to delete. And then we do a unit coherency check. Well, all units are in coherency, and then we end our turn. So then it goes to Alex, who starts the battle round.
Their movement is 7.
Oh shit! I didn't think those things move that fast.
So,
Uh-oh, boys.
they are uninfesting over here.
What's that? Memory card full. I just lost that memory card. That sucks. Whatever. We're
6.
testing.
Okay, so that's the end of my movement phase. These uninfested from the node.
Yeah.
I can put them anywhere 6 inches from the node.
Okay.
I think I'll just... Yeah, I'll move them like there. And that'll end the movement phase. I have no shooties, so there will be no shooties. I guess I can do Psychic, but I don't know how to do Psychic.
Okay. Psychic.
So if I roll 2d6, if the total is equal to or greater than 5, then I pass the test. I roll 11. So I pass. I've passed my Psychic test. If the result of the Psychic test was more than 10, it was. The target suffers d6 mortal wounds instead. So I'm going to roll d6, and that's how many mortal wounds that tank is going to take. So it gets 3 mortal wounds.
Ouchies. That tank has 11 wounds, so that thing is going down to an 8.
Okay. Did mortal wounds. I think we're doing it right so far. Okay, so that is my Psychic phase. I'm leaving my Psychic phase because there are no more Psychics.
Mm-hmm.
Any mediums?
No mediums.
It's a ghost.
I'm an extra large. Okay, now we charge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's d6 per. It's 2d6 per unit.
Didn't this guy have wounds?
Yes, he's at 5 because you hit him 3 times.
Move that along with him. And then you said 2d6. Yeah, it's 2d6 to charge. Who's charging, and declare the charge at the specific unit?
All right, well, this guy will charge there.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely hitting that.
Yeah, he's going to move as close to... he's going to get in there.
Okay.
Can't get in there. It's
Wow,
too
I
big for
learned
the tank,
a
Alex.
valuable lesson there. Don't even move forward.
These guys actually act as a separate unit once placed. Even though they are 1 unit, I have to roll for them independently.
Too
I
aggressive.
believe.
Too
Okay.
aggressive.
So that guy's charging there.
Okay.
5, which...
Definitely makes it.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have an issue. That middle one, that one.
That hellhound is fucked. But maybe I can flame him a little bit. Okay, wait.
Don't miss.
So I am declaring Overwatch. That is a stratagem. Overwatch allows me to fire right before you close range, right? Can I see the rule book? I'm just seeing if there's anything that's gonna help me out here. I don't think I can declare Overwatch multiple times against multiple targets. I wouldn't even be able to do that even if I could, because the second that Hive Tyrant went into engagement range, I wouldn't be able to Overwatch against these other Carnifexes coming in. So basically he's fucked. So now it's your fight phase.
Well, I have to do my living battering ram.
What is that?
When Carnifex finishes a charge move, roll a dice. On a 4+, 1 enemy unit within 1 inch suffers a mortal wound. In addition, add 1 to all hits in the fight phase for the Carnifex that charge in the same turn. So all my Carnifexes get +1 this turn, and then I'm going to roll these for my battering rams.
God
And so
damn.
on 4+, you just take a mortal wound. So you take 2 mortal wounds.
Okay. I have 6 wounds left on this.
Okay. And then we will, I guess, just do the Carnifexes first.
Yeah, let's see how hard these bad boys hit. So we start with a base number of 12 attacks.
Yeah.
And then it gets what?
And then they say you re-roll hits of 1.
Uh-huh.
And if the bear has more than one thing, it can make 1 additional attack with this weapon each time it fights. So it gets 1 additional attack.
So each one gets 1 additional, so you're looking at, 15.
Yeah. And I re-roll once.
Okay. 15 dice, re-rolling ones. Whoa! God damn you, Alex. Much better roll this time. I'm pretty sure that fucking thing is...
And so what, we say 3 pluses?
No, your weapon skill. What's their weapon skill to hit?
3 pluses.
3 pluses, yeah. So all these are hits.
This doesn't, these re-roll.
So 1 miss, basically. 2 misses. Now, 5 pluses, if I remember right.
Yeah.
You left one on the table.
Shut up, Joe!
No, it would have been automatic hit. You don't want that.
Oh, thank God that bad rolling from Alex is coming out.
3.
So he's got, no, you got 4 hits here.
Okay.
So 4. Now the armor piercing is negative what?
-3.
So the Hellhound armor is at a 3+ save, and you -3. So that would go from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. So I need 6s to save, unless I had some kind of invulnerable save on my Hellhound, which I do not. So I need 6s. I'm gonna roll my own dice, not these disgusting Tyranid dice. Xeno dice. Hey, I got 1.
Okay.
So I took 5 hits. I only had 6 hits.
Almost
So
killed it.
he survived.
Barely.
The miraculous.
Get out of there!
Only for the first 3,
Leave
though.
the tank.
Now the boss man gets to attack.
Fuck! I forgot the boss man.
All right.
In hindsight, this was a bad idea.
Yeah. Boss man said...
I hope. I want so desperately for this thing to explode. 4+. Here we go. Ah! Yeah! Blowed up real nice. Yes, sir. Get that nice special effect in there. So, now, that thing exploded, so it's D3 mortal wounds each unit
Okay.
within 6. 2, which is 1. That guy. 2, which is 1. God damn it! This guy. Are you kidding me? 1. So that didn't do as much damage as I was hoping.
At least it did something.
Yeah. And now my own guys, because everything within 6 inches, correct? Now the question is, two mortal wounds. So that's 2 guardsmen that get blown away. Whoa! Shit!
They did.
Yeah, we got to do it. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw these guardsmen to their deaths, essentially.
So you're throwing speed bumps at him?
I'm throwing speed bumps into the fray, angry army.
I knew I should have come to work today.
6-inch movement here. So we've moved, and then we're gonna fire at that.
The soldier turned the corner. Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Y'all end up and done it. Okay, so 3 pluses to wound. I got both of them wound, the 3 and a 4. Now let's determine the damage of that first shot. That first shot is a 6. 6 damage on this Carnifex.
I don't get to do anything about it?
It's a -3 armor piercing, so I don't think you get to do anything about it. He's vaporized, right?
How much?
6 damage.
No, he goes to... So he has one wound left.
1 wound left. Here comes the second shot from the Vanquisher Cannon. Removing the lowest value dice. It's 5 damaged. Now he's vanquished. These have heavy bolters, which have a 36-inch range. You know what? I forgot to fire my heavy bolters the first time, so that was a critical error.
They have infinite range too?
36 range, which was enough on that first turn. Heavy 3. Heavy 3. I fucked up bad. Okay, all these dice coming into this Carnifex here. We're looking at 3 misses, or the unit didn't move, so I get to re-roll this one because it's a roll of 1. So that many hits. We're looking at 7 hits, but the heavy bolter has a different strength value. It only has a strength of 5 versus your Carnifex
Toughness is
7. So we're going to have to roll 5 pluses in order to wound. We only got 2 wounds on that one. And the armor piercing of a heavy bolter is only -1.
So 5s are higher.
So 5s are higher. You save 1 and take 1 wound.
Yeah.
It was on this guy here. So just 1 additional wound on that Carnifex.
So he goes up to 3 wounds. 4 wounds.
Okay. So I made an error and I didn't move with these guys when I planned to move them into cover so that they could fire through the walls. What do you want to allow me to do that movement, or do you want to keep me well? So we'll move these guys where I had intended, because Alex is being gracious on our first test game. So that's where they would have. These guys are haven't fired yet, and these guys haven't fired yet. So we're gonna have these guys fire at that Carnifex that's hiding over there. Let's go ahead and fire with these guys. These guys to the Carnifex. They are definitely within range, so they're gonna get 2 attacks apiece. 1, 2. Bad. Very, very bad rolling. Super bad. So 5 hits. Now to wound is like 6s. We got 1 hit, or 1 wound rather, and he blocks it with a 3+.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Flamer.
Flame on!
So 3 hits against the target, and it has a strength of 4. 4 versus what?
7.
So hits on 5s. Just 1 hit.
Auto? Does it auto, or do I get a throw?
You get a saving throw, and you save that too. The Sergeant's Pistol hits. The Sergeant's Pistol does not wound. So again, nothing. Guardsmen basically...
You brought flashlights.
Cannot fucking... Right.
You're trying to initiate a seizure in the Carnifex.
I bought flashlights against Carnifexes. They are super scary. And we're fucked. So, okay, well, into the fray, because none of this shit is working. So I'm just gonna throw bodies at you now. I don't. Hey, man, let me play how I want to play. I already feel like I'm gonna lose. So I
We're
don't give a
not
fuck.
playing seriously either.
Yeah.
We're just fucking around, and this is giving us a good idea of learning the rules and understanding.
So, just so you know, these have chitin thorns at the end of the fight phase, which doesn't say my fight phase. I imagine it means only my fight phase, though. Roll a d6 for each enemy within 1 inch of any models with chitin thorns, so all the Carnifexes have them. On a 6, that unit suffers a mortal wound.
So just being next to them
Yeah.
is hurting. Okay.
Chitlins are disgusting.
Yeah. This is a learning experience. Guardsmen should be much more scared of Tyranids
Never
than I
fight
have
Tyranids.
displayed
Got it.
here.
Lord AngryJoe! Our forces are being obliterated! I don't care! Charge that hive tyrant or I will shoot you myself!
You should lead the
Everybody
charge.
fights!
You should
Nobody
lead it.
quits!
Okay, sir. Charge!
Deny the witch test.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna use my psychic powers, and you're like, no, I'm gonna use my, in South Park with the like, it's exactly that.
These
That's
are
what
the bravest guardsmen
I
there
thought the witch
ever
test
were.
was like if she floats. or
Yeah, she's a witch.
If she's lighter than a duck.
So over here first against the hive
Witch.
tyrant.
Burn her.
So their weapon skill is 4.
But you do attack too? Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Well, I successfully made both charges,
Yeah, okay.
and they have 1 attack each.
Fix bayonets!
Hey, I got through his armor. 1 wound for the Emperor.
You're on that guy?
Yep.
Okay.
How many wounds does he have left?
7.
7. Okay, the 2 chain sword from the sergeant.
He drops it on his own crotch. It's like our Manscaped commercial. It's just like, oh no! Remember, everybody, don't drop a chainsaw on your crotch. Get Manscaped.
Well, that failed horribly.
Yeah, it did.
So we're gonna come over here and see what we can do against this Carnifex.
Chainsword gives you an extra attack. Did you do that? Did you miss that?
So it doesn't. No, it does double my strength of 3. So no, I needed 6s to hurt a Carnifex. So never charge a Carnifex. Lesson learned. But I do have 3 attacks from the sergeant with this chain sword. So 2 hit, and then wounding. Chain sword is wounding on like 5s or 6s. I got 2 6s. Whoa! Epic success. The other guy dropped. Oh, he does 1 damage.
So when cooking human being, we look towards the Mayans, who decided that wet cooking, braising, was best for human meat. Pozole. If you like pozole, it was originally made with people.
Okay.
So that's how it would cook them.
Oh god.
Thank you, Alex, for that wonderful fact.
Yeah.
Now, it is...
Is it the end of your fight phase?
The end of my fight
Are you ready
phase.
for Chitlin Thorns? And so he'll attack that unit.
Oh, 1.
Only 1?
Yep. You
Okay.
got lucky.
Yay!
Okay. So 1 hit. My strength is...
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kill him.
Well, it's only 1 hit, but it does a bunch. It wounds and stuff. There's more.
I'll leave Steve
The
dead.
damage is 3. So you took 3 damage.
I took 3 damage. Okay,
Yeah.
so the guys, Steve is dead. All 3 damage go into 1 person.
Okay. And then the prehensile pincer tail.
Yay, you missed.
And so
2 wounds.
2 wounds, so 6
For 3
six-
damage
six-
each.
and above.
Yeah.
And these 2 guys are goners.
And then how do I roll for the tail? I just
Yeah, just roll for...
each time the bear fights, it can make 1 attack with this weapon. This is in addition to the bear's attack. So I just It's AP0, so I just roll 1.
So yeah, let's make sure everything is correct. So the first thing that you did that killed Steve was what?
The first round of attacks for the Monstrous Scything Talons.
Scything Talons killed Steve. Then
The second attack for the Monstrous Scything Talons killed the other 2 dudes.
yeah, Bill and Gary died.
And then now the tail is attacking?
Now, I don't know. Do you have a
Yeah,
a
every
tail?
time the bear fights, it can make 1 and only 1 attack with this weapon.
Okay.
And then so I roll 1.
So this is Stu, 2+. Hey, isn't it his weapon skill is 3? His WS is a what?
3+.
So he misses. So Stu ducks
Oh,
under
no,
the
it
tail.
does hit. He's not hurt enough. It's 2+.
He ducked. and
Weapon
got,
skill is 2+.
2+, yeah.
Fuck you! Stu is hit!
He ducked and went right into his head.
Okay,
Sorry.
well you hit him. Now go ahead and wound him because you could still roll a 1. You rolled a 1! Stu is amazing!
He lives.
Stu took the tail like a man to the chest.
Cool.
Fool! For the Emperor!
All right, now the Carnifex is going to attack you.
You missed. You missed, bitch. we gotta make up stories. It
Okay,
makes it
so
more
4
fun.
attacks twice, so I roll 8.
He's got a big gash in the jugular. Put a tourniquet on his neck. I can't
Hey,
breathe.
what are all these?
I can't
Carnifex.
Oh, we're going over here now.
Yeah. So I got to re-roll this, and then this is a miss. Everything else is a hit. That's a hit 2.
So you're looking at 7 hits.
And then I roll to wound.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is 2 pluses, I believe. What is the strength of your
6.
a 6? Yeah, 2 pluses. So two fail to wound.
Okay, so 4.
So
Oh, you say
5.
5.
5 models are dead. Now, I get to choose, right? So an Imperial Guard player knowing that Chittins are coming, to be clever is I took 5 guys that were closest, leaving only 1 guy for your Chittin. So if you want to roll your Chittin thing on this fool, what does that do?
If I roll a 6, he dies.
Oh,
He rolled a 6.
He did.
God, it's a thorny owl!
Ooh, me so thorny.
Me so thorny.
Ooh, me so thorny.
That Carnifex is very thorny.
Super thorny.
Okay.
My turn?
So
no, you have
that
to do
was
morale.
just the end of the fight phase in which you got to counterattack. So now it is actually your turn.
And what about your morale? And your leadership and stuff?
Oh, true, right, because this squad took a bunch of damage. So one guy says, "Let's get the fuck out of here!" And then these 3 models go,
kaput.
they stay and fight, which is insane. Those are the most brave things. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Joe. They are locked in, so they can't move.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless they
just
make
question
a
too, 'cause,
fall
like,
back
yeah.
or something like that.
The Carnifex can move. So I think my movement phase is done, and I'm going to use Call of the Brood. I'm going to spend 3 points, go down to 5 command points. A new unit up to 5 Gene Stealers to my army and set them up as reinforcements holding...
Hide, but you can't escape.
Shit, I'm going to use Rapid Regeneration too. I get 3 D3 wounds back from my Biggin.
Yeah. Shooting?
No, I can do Psychic.
Yeah, psychic.
So I'm going to do my Psychic. I'm going
So
to do my Psychic.
question, can you do psychic while you're locked in close combat? I don't know. I've never played before. I've never played a psychic phase before.
Yes. Well, according to them, they said yes.
Okay.
So I roll 2d6.
Okay.
I'm using it for Smite.
Okay.
I roll a 10, which means I roll d6 wounds? D6 wounds, I believe.
Wait, I'm pretty sure you're going to need to declare an attack before you roll.
For Smite?
Yeah.
It's always the closest. It has to be the closest.
So just one of these models?
It's the unit, right?
Okay.
And so I
Yeah,
deal
closest unit.
D6 damage.
Okay, so 2 guys are smited.
Smite me.
Okay. So now you move on from your psychic phase to the shooting phase. No shooting phase. Now we go on to the charge phase.
Okay, so the charging units, I will be doing some charging. These will be charging.
They make the charge distance, okay, so hold on. I'm going to declare an Overwatch to fire at these Gene Stealers coming in at me.
Okay.
24. Rapid fire within 12. So this time it is not a good roll, but this time it's 6 hits. And to wound was going to be 3s versus 4s, right?
Baptismus is 4, yeah.
So 5 pluses. So we've got 3 wounds. I'm gonna CP to see if I can. No. Go ahead.
So 3.
3 wounds. 1 is saved. Or 2 is saved.
1 is saved, so I lose 1 more.
Okay. Take this guy out. Okay, go ahead and do your charge.
So
Your
the
fight phase, rather.
Yeah, we'll do the fight. I guess we'll go with the Gene Stealers first. And their weapon skill is 3 plus. So 11 hits. No rerolls. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4?
Yeah. 4 wounds. What's your armor piercing on their claws?
-1, but the 6s, the 2 6s are -4s.
Okay, so 2 guardsmen are dead, and 1 guardsman gets to roll a 6 to survive. Fails. 3 guardsmen are dead.
Okay.
Or no, and then another guardsman gets to roll a 6. 4 guardsmen are dead.
Okay.
So then I'll remove these back guys.
So 9 wounds.
These 3 guys are dead. So the whole unit got wiped there. But over here I get to fight back.
Okay.
1, 2, 1 wound.
The strength is 4.
1 wound.
I think he's dead.
Okay. Well, how many wounds does each Gene Stealer have? More than
1.
Okay. And then the chainsaw. 2 hits. No wounds.
No, Gene Stealer doesn't have good saves. Their saves on 5 plus.
Okay. So that was the end of the fight phase.
Oh, just for them. That guy fought. These guys need to fight.
Okay.
The Carnifex.
So I'm gonna elect to go ahead and kill those guys because I'm pretty fucking certain they're dead. In terms of speeding things up. So I gain 1 command point and go up to 4. At this point, I just have Lord Commissar AngryJoe and my tank commander and a unit of devastated Imperial Guard that is currently engaged. I wonder if there's any point in me running as my as my guy. I don't think there is. So what we can do is we can try to put all fire into that Hive Tyrant who has how many wounds left?
9.
This counter-offensive, could I have used it against the Gene Stealers? This stratagem is used right after an enemy unit that charged has fought. Select one of your own eligible units and fight with it next. When it says fight, does that mean that I could have fought with the tank against the Gene Stealers?
It is melee.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Makes sense. I'll allow it.
Makes sense. All right, so we're gonna roll AngryJoe versus the Hive Tyrant here. Lord Commissar. Weapons, yeah, ballistic 2+. Oh, you know, I've been rolling his attacks wrong. All 3 hit. And I'm gonna re-roll that one. So 3 wounds for a CP. Now, I've been rolling with this pistol wrong because I forgot that I gave him a sweet-ass pistol from the Emperor, which is a strength of 4, AP -1. What's the strength of the Hive Tyrant?
The toughness or strength?
Toughness, I'm
7.
sorry. 7. So it doesn't equal, it would be 5 pluses. So it only wounds once. So wounds once, and it does 2 damage. So
I rolled 1.
but you only roll once, right?
Okay.
To try to save.
I saved.
He saved, but it's armor piercing 1.
I would have saved on a 3+, so it.
You saved?
Yeah, I saved.
Well, I better declare the charge before he declares the charge, is what I understand. So.
Good luck.
I've succeed. AngryJoe into the fray for the Emperor.
Slide underneath his legs and take off.
Finish with the rest of my shooting. Oh yeah. All right. If any part of it is 5 inches, then it's all obscuring. Okay, so what you're saying is that technically there is, you know, you look at it like this.
Yeah.
And then also these windows are covered because we agreed to that before the game began. So that has been hurting me the whole game. So knowing that, I would have moved my demolisher so that I can start putting fire into that.
Your little
I'll
guy
just go
isn't there
ahead
yet.
and fire the heavy bolters into the. I'll split my fire. I'll go heavy bolters into the Gene Stealers and the Vanquisher cannon twice into that Carnifex, which is unobstructed. How many wounds does this Carnifex have?
He's got 4 wounds, so he's almost dead. But didn't they say you can't do that?
Can't do what?
You can't shoot the heavy bolter into the Gene Stealers.
Models cannot target enemy units within engagement range of any other units from your army. The risk of hitting your own troops is too great.
But we'll hit some of them.
Now, knowing that, then I would have fall back with these guys because 1 pistol hit from that is bullshit. So we're learning, so I'm going to fall back with those if Alex will allow it. So because of that, I decided to fall back. And then we did all of our other phases, and then that will free up this unit of Gene Stealers to take the heavy bolters while the Vanquisher goes into the Carnifex. So the heavy bolters first into the Gene Stealers. That's a heavy. And these are hitting on Tank Commander 3+. So only 1 misses. And then their strength 5. What is the strength of the?
Toughness 4.
Okay, so they're hitting on 3s, or wounding on 3s.
Four?
So you're looking at 5 hits,
5.
5 wounds rather.
Okay, 4 hits, so they're just dead.
Okay, this unit is wiped. Now the Vanquisher cannon. Burst that Carnifex. Heavy bolters do 2 damage now? Oh. Oh man, I'm using the old Codex. I would have put it into the fucking Carnifex to ensure that it's dead. Well, whatever, we're learning.
How much range is on the bolter?
So the 2 is going to miss. I'm going to re-roll the 1 there, but I've got 3 command points left. I'm going to take one of those command points to re-roll this 2. And I got a 2 again. Every single time I pay a command point for a re-roll. It's not succeeded for me. So we've got 1 hit with the Vanquisher Cannon. I think that's a 3, and I rolled a 1. Can I command re-roll that? Oh, so that essentially was the worst possible outcome. Well, then I just epic failed. That's a feel bad.
You still charging with your Commissar?
He's trying to turn the corner pretty fast.
Yeah.
They all hit. They wound.
He's toughness 7.
So he would have hit on 6s. Damn, and that Lord Commissar cannot fight in close combat, and he can barely shoot. What is the point of a Lord Commissar? Okay.
Does he provide like combat buffs to the guard?
Not even really worthwhile ones that you would want to take one, because you can do that with stratagems. He has Aura of Discipline, which they can use his leadership of 9 instead of their leadership of 7. That's not enough benefit for, you know, his point cost. I would just take a, you know, a second tank commander or something. Okay, so he did jack shit. Now the Hive Tyrant gets to respond.
15 damage.
I just took 15 damage?
Yeah.
Ha! Ha! Ah! I hurt!
One day away from retirement.
Well, this is what happens when the Tyranids hit planetfall. Splat. So, never taking the Lord Commissar again. Instead, AngryJoe is going to always be a tank commander.
All tanks, all the time.
We've learned a lesson. Okay, so that was the end of my turn. And it is the beginning of your turn, which you get 1 command point. Now, if I had some Ogryns or something, then those Ogryns could have put up a fight against the Carnifexes. Because them Ogryns have like armor saves of 2+. But we weren't list building. We weren't trying to win. Guys, this is a test game. And I've learned a lot from it, which is the goal.
It's D3 damage. So they take 3 damage.
These are mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So that's just going to kill 3 guardsmen outright.
Okay.
Man, not having a Psyker to counter that Psyker is also hurting. The Tyranids are very good at, you know, combat patrols and incursions, I think.
2 psi abilities a turn, but I can't use Smite twice. And I only equipped 1 psychic ability for this point value, so I can only do that, I think.
Would have been even
I'm
better.
All right, so I'm going to charge with the first dude. Would you like to shoot him?
Who?
Him.
Who are you charging? Who's the target of your charge?
Oh, he's coming this way.
Okay, that costs 1 strategy, though. I'm going to use it. So we're going to hit on 5 pluses.
So you're out of CP now?
No, I've got 1 CP. I might have more when it becomes my turn.
Oh, because you don't have to declare Overwatch anymore now because you did the other one?
That is brutal. That was a brutal roll. So we're getting really bad rolls here at the end. Only 1 hit.
Guard Strat Cutters, the Overwatch.
And no wounds. God, these are really bad feel bads here. And here's the Vanquisher Cannon. That's a hit. That's a wound. And how many wounds does it do? Well, you're going to remove the lowest, so it's going to do 3 wounds. And that's just going to pierce your Carnifex unless you have some kind of...
Or he's got 3 life. No, he's got 4 life left.
Okay, so the big decision is, do I use my last remaining CP to re-roll to try to get a 4, 5, or 6 and destroy the Carnifex before he can charge?
Carnifex don't have invulnerable saves.
No, they don't. The answer is yes, because I'm going to take Carnifex damage. So I'm going to use my last point here and hope that I roll a 4, 5, or 6 to kill that Carnifex before it can hit me. Every time I use a CP this match, it is just the same value that I rolled before. So, 1 wound left on that Carnifex.
Yeah.
But there's a possibility the Carnifex will fail the charge roll?
Yes.
Because you've got to go...
I mean, I already made the charge roll, but yes.
What was your charge roll?
10.
Oh, well, then you already made the charge roll. These guardsmen are fucking screwed. Are dead.
All right, the Carnifex is going to go first. He's got Living Bataram. When a Carnifex fails a charge move, roll a dice. On a 4+, the enemy unit within +1 takes it. So
I want him dead.
This guy in the tank first.
I want him dead.
Misses the Carnifex on the guardsman. They take a mortal wound.
Oh, 3 damage each.
So was it
hit.
was
So two went through, so 6 damage.
okay.
So 6 damage minus 12, he goes down to 6 wounds remaining.
Okay. Lots of hits.
Yeah, these 2 guardsmen are obliterated.
Okay.
So now it is down to the last tank commander, who is surrounded by essentially 2 Carnifexes, a bunch of Gene Stealers, and the Warlord. So we're going to call it there because I have no hope of not being tabled. I do have a big victory point lead of 7 victory points over Alex's 3 victory points, but Alex went with the classic, I'm going to eat all of your dudes and they're going to die.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what happened. I had a few poor rolls, but I'm not really sure this Guardsman force could have hoped to have fought off, you know, essentially 4 Carnifexes with only 1 tank and a Hellhound. But who knows? You know, that's the fun of the game, because crazy things can happen. And so this is going to end in a Tyranid victory, and a victory for us all, because now we know how to play and we generally know how things go. I would love to have cards for each one of my units so I don't have to kind of fumble through a codex. So I can make those myself.
I'm just going to copy and print ones directly from my book.
Yeah, and that will allow us to be like, you know, hey, what's your toughness? Boom! What's your toughness? Boom! Instead of fumbling through a codex. That should speed things. But I enjoyed myself. I had a good time, even though I lost. Because I can see that this 9th edition, I've been told, is a lot about victory points and objectives. Unless you can table somebody, and that's exactly what Alex did. So, very cool, very cool. What'd you think, Alex?
It's the game that I remember. There's some fiddly bits, there's some streamlined bits. We'll have to get cheat sheets for this stuff as well. Like, we really need cheat sheets for the terrain printed out and ready to go.
Yeah, so the thing that I think we struggled with the most was the terrain rules. It seemed a little awkward, but that could have been that we didn't agree on the terrain, like specifically. You have to give all the terrain their traits before you start.
Yes.
So that you already know exactly what each of these terrains can do. Also, we were playing the fairly standard mission. There wasn't anything fancy about the mission. And the map, I'm really surprised with the smallness of the map.
For this one, this is a real tiny one though, right? The
yeah.
map's not always this small, right?
It is. It's smaller than normal. So when we go with the, the 2,000 point games, the map is still going to be relatively small. It's going to feel small because we're going to have even more units, even though the map is slightly bigger. I kind of liked it when the maps were a little bit larger, but maybe this gives close combat armies more of a chance so that the shooty armies don't just overpower everything. But they removed the old Overwatch where the Tau could just like and then you'll never breach them.
Well, as I said, the Gene Stealers, like
CP.
the second the Gene Stealers are on the table, they die the first round. Which I like the little infection note.
But
I
think
it's
they
cool.
included enough changes in 9th edition where they didn't need to go that extra step and make the table smaller. Because another thing is strategic reserves. So what you could actually do is hold back your Gene Stealers and then deploy them on a turn 2, 3, or 4.
That's what I did. I deployed mine on turn 2, and then I had the other ones.
Oh, well, you had a special Tyranid thing, but they're, for other factions.
Necrons just don't ever die. They keep coming back.
Yeah, you can spend some time. I think you're supposed to run away and have Alex chase you in this scenario. We stood our ground and we actually drove up. There's nothing the Guardsmen could have done here. If I picked a better army build list with Bullgrins instead of Guardsmen, then that might have changed things and got better rolls.
What's the point value per Guardsman? 10? What is 3 feet? It can shoot anywhere in 3 feet. Automatic hits.
Oh, the Vanquisher cannon was my only saving grace.
Well, they're like, take a Demolisher instead of the Vanquisher. It's just like, why don't you just do both? Because that Vanquisher cannon's nuts. That thing's sweet.
I think Guardsmen, I could have stood a better chance if I had 2 Lehman Russes. It's either Lemon or Lehman. I'm going to say Lehman. So if you're a Guardsman player, always take at least 2 Lehman Russes and then some harder stuff. But see, already I want to play again. That's a good sign.
Well, so it's like the nice thing about it is you take the little fiddly dudes because they can hold. It's like, do I want to sacrifice my whole turn easily, but I have to go off the board and go like, all right, I have to take you off that point. Otherwise, those Guardsmen are just getting 1 point, 1 point, 1 point.
Another thing I could have done is, in larger point games, I think the Guardsmen are really bad in lower point games. But in larger point games, I have a little more options to put those Guardsmen in dedicated transports so that you have to crack the dedicated transport first, then get to the Guardsmen. And also, I could be running fucking ninjaing into your, back lines, so your strategy of moving as one horde is not quite as effective. Though you did do a little bit of a pincer move, which I really enjoyed from a rival general status.
Well, I didn't want them to get obliterated too bad before they got there.
Yeah, so super fun. Guys, we had a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for watching our test battle. Now remember that we're going to do this one of 2 ways, either live battle reports like this or battle reports that are offline you guys don't get to see until we highly edit them and then do that. Or I guess there's a third option where once we have the footage, the memory card is full.
I don't think that there's...
That one's full too.
And this one is full.
I think the top one's too.
And this one is full.
Yeah, that's not going to work to record them like that.
These are only 32 gigabyte cards.
Yeah.
That one is still recording because that's a 256 card. So,
but are you going to be sending somebody like a whole terabyte? It's going to take you a week and a half to send a terabyte worth of data.
Joe, can you give me the green ladder, since you're part of the battle reports will require a little bit different thing. One of us will have a handy cam, and they'll be coming in so that you can get all the angles, or I'll review the footage and see if this overhead, if our close-up camera is sufficient for that. It's just we lose a bit of the dynamicness of always moving the camera versus having our camera move and then stay. We're going to be the only battle reports on the internet that has a close-up camera that holds.
Yeah.
So to speak.
We can just get into a routine where if it's not your turn, you're the one moving the camera arm to get a good position.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, as a rule, I don't want to touch the cameras, but I mean, if it's just that one, that's fine. That's fine.
It's just fun and simple and easy.
You'll like it, Joe. See, here's what's so amazing to me about Warhammer 40,000 is there's 3 distinct parts of the hobby. and you're mixing all those together, and so there's something for everyone.
Building.
Alex is
Painting.
into the building and painting aspect.
Yes.
I am not. I used to be when I was younger and had more time, but I don't have that time. So I just buy my models from painting services who already assemble and paint them. So that aspect is not for me. The lore aspect is like a 10 out of 10. So when you're reading through that book, Joe, like see if you like that fucking lore and the universe and stuff. It's a lot to go through. Even me, I'll have to take several days to read through a codex. And then that's just the lore. And then you get to the juicy bits in the back of the book, which is the data sheets for each of the units. And then you have to like be smart enough to assemble your own, army. And there's infinite ways you can build an army. And that's, I think, what gives this game the tactical depth. And it really depends on what, who your friends are playing is kind of how you would build your own army list. But I already got you a few key models that I think chat would enjoy watching, like the Silent King I got you, which is basically the Emperor, but for the Necrons. And I got you the most powerful model in the game for its point cost is the Nightbringer. He essentially can kill anything. So I want to bring that up because I need to have Alex repair him. He broke. And
Oh, no.
so I have this custom Nightbringer model. The original Nightbringer is cool,
Dementor.
but not anywhere cool as this, Dementor looking guy. Now you can see he's a little, broken there. But so he's got all these scarabs. So these are like gods, basically, with the Necrons. They're the Catan. And then this is me in my Blood Angels. That was fake AngryJoe. This is real AngryJoe in the Blood
Beast.
Angels army. I'm fucking beastly. Is that not the coolest?
The Necrons do look pretty fucking cool.
It's not Sanguinor. It could be a stand-in for Sanguinor with how cool he looks. But he's just a captain. It's not Dante either. Dante's in desperate need of a new model. They've been using the Dante model for like 10 years. So this is badass. This is AngryJoe on the battlefield of my Blood Angels army. Den of Imagination is actually working on a real AngryJoe army with my actual face on the model.
Yeah, Alex is...
And Alex is a librarian, and Joe is a chaplain. That's going to be in our Angry Legion, Space Marine Legion, a custom Space Marine Legion that they're working on. But
badass detail.
that's probably not going to be for a month or two, because some of the models that I requested are not even released yet. They're still in pre-order. So there's a lot of good stuff coming for our battle reports. And yeah, cool. Anyways, thank you all so much for coming out, for supporting
Thanks
the
for the
stream.
support.
It all
You guys
goes
are
towards
amazing.
the show and the high quality stuff that you're seeing now. Thank you so much, guys. Bye, guys.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
later.